Welcome to part 2 of Maroon class of 2019. And again, picking up where we left off with Jessie and Naveen and Simon. That really all did happen. Nothing has changed. I just moved our house in a different location, and it kind of changed things around a little bit in the house. So, but what really happened to them in last season really did happen. So, nothing to change there except just catch up with them. We know that Jessie is a high school teacher who teaches freshman biology and sophomore chemistry. And Naveen and her husband is he's a chef. And at an Indian restaurant. And I tried to establish what part from India his parents came from. It's I think West Indian. And he's that type. Oh, he's the guy that says that he hasn't. People sometimes have him confused as one of those Indian scammers, and Naveen would be like, he's ashamed of because he's Indian and there's a lot of Indian scammers, and he kind of feels like it brings shame. Because Naveen would not really do. He's not that type of guy that would do that. Anyways, just catching up here.
Okay, are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording. I couldn't sleep because I was a little bit dehydrated. So I got up, I cleared my throat. I started to feel a little bit better, but I think it's just to go to a doctor. Anyways, so they're just all catching up. When I had your input to Maroon last, if you have any questions, Frank?
Well, I have a question about
What?
Mr. Bennett and Prince. Are they the same guy?
Mr. Bennett and Prince. No, they're not the same people. Mr. Bennett, which is, which Bennett? I mean, were we talking about the first name here? What's the first name?
Isn't Bart?
No. I do have a Bennett. His name is Kyle Bennett, and he's Kenny's friend from law school.
Oh, okay.
And Kyle has a daughter named Tova, who's like 21 years old and dating Kenny.
I'm just like thinking
And
about
in this story, she's married to Kenny.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about the crossover between Lex and...
No, that was a totally different Maroon last.
It was a different Maroon list.
Yeah. I changed some characters around.
Oh, this is the revised one.
This is a revised one. With Kenny and them and Lucky, and Kenny has brothers and sisters. Jessie here is Kenny's younger sister, who's around my age, and she's a school teacher. She teaches high school. This is her husband, Naveen, who is from West whose parents are from West India, and that's their son eating. Where that Simon, that's their son doing his homework.
Oh,
I like adding somebody from the different cultures into this game.
yeah, that's cool. That's interesting.
I also added someone who's Native American into the game. So I got some Native Americans into this game. I tried my best to depict what Native Americans look like. I mean, as far as skin color and everything, trying to get the skin color right, because in this game I can't really tell. Or try to get the skin color right from someone who's from West India. I don't know if I got that right. I don't want to offend anyone, but I try my best. My intentions are good.
How are you feeling?
A little bit okay.
Looks like you're 100% better.
I took some ibuprofen.
How'd you throw it?
Surprisingly, a bit better.
After ibuprofen.
No, actually, when I woke up I was feeling hot. Like, I was feeling hot, like I was having sweats. And then I was feeling, my mouth was just totally dry because it was hot in there. I got up. I couldn't sleep. My throat was sore. I got up. I went to the kitchen, went to grab some milk. And while I was at it, I decided to take my medicine, it's my ibuprofen, and it went down no problem. And suddenly I was drinking milk and it wasn't hurting my throat. I was like, okay, that's a bit weird, because it was hurting just around. That's why I woke up, because it was bothering me. Anyways, we are now at the Cannons. There's Matthew. Wyatt Cannon. He lives with his dad, and he has kept his son Chastity. So that's what really happened there. I'd later create a wife for Wyatt, which is technically Chastity's mother. I later create her. I just didn't create her in this episode. So Wyatt here didn't meet Lucky, so he technically still lives here and is married. His father's house is pretty big, so I figured he still lives with his dad. And the only person with red hair in that scene is also one of Kenny's sisters. Kenny's got a big family. He was the first one born from a wealthy family, and he's got a lot of brothers, maybe like 3 sisters. So yeah. As I'm telling Frank that Kenny is he's got a younger brother who's like 2 years younger, named Scott, and he's a police officer, and there's another brother who's 2 years younger than Scott. His name is Brad, and he's a bank manager. And then you got Jessie, who was born in 84. She's a school teacher. And then Chancelyn, she was born in year 1990, We don't technically know when right. She's a nurse at the hospital where she met her husband, Matthew. As far as Wyatt, we don't really know what he does. Lily, we're going to age her up pretty soon, but not in this episode. Definitely not in this episode. I can't remember what episode, but I do know it's not this one. We got both, they're cousins. Both Chastity and Ryan are cousins. And yes, they had Matthew and Chancelyn had another baby named, what was her? I can't. It's been a while since I played this. Just checking in on the household, so I can't remember everybody's names. So Matthew technically has, as his kid, he has Wyatt, Ryan, Lily, and this kid here. So he's got 4 kids. He's busy. He has to go. Everybody's either about to go to work or in school, so we gotta do that. Here's little Lily, who's like about ready to turn 4 and ready to age up into a child. So that'll be interesting. Frank, it'll be another 16 minutes.
It's alright. Not in a rush.
Because for some reason, I feel like I had a power nap.
You went to bed early, like 10 o'clock.
Oh, yes, that too. I went to bed early. I went to bed around 10:30 and got up around 4.
Yeah.
So about 5.5 hours of sleep, I think. Yeah, about 5.5 hours of sleep. I thought it just got really hot in there, Frank. I just like to get one of these videos processing before I go to bed. Go back to sleep. Before I go lay back down. I know I gotta... What's the freaking point in an hour and 10 minutes? Always gotta get up for school. What's the freaking point in going back to sleep? I also got up because I was trying to get caught up with Dynasty. There was 2 episodes that I haven't seen, and I was finishing them up. And the latest episode doesn't start until next week. What else? I had to upload some videos. Trying to keep up with my current upload schedule. Oh yeah, let's not forget about the Farleys. Anybody forget about the Farleys? Nah. Anyways, one thing I changed about this is that, who the heck is that? Never mind. The parents went to work, but, Mitch, he's, like, technically, he's 10 years older than Ray, so I made him, which would have made him 53, so that would technically make him an elder, so I made him an elder. We got Peppermint here. There's Sugar Cookie. There's Tommy. And Brian. And of course, inside is Baby Precious. That all really happened. Between everybody, all the fires. That all happened. Nothing changed with them. What I did in that story, did with their story, and that all happened. Like JC going out with Tommy and Peppermint going out with Chance and having his baby. That all happened. Ray mistaking some of her pregnancy symptoms for menopause and ended up having a baby. That really did happen. So everything happened with them. We were just playing catch up here. Anything else you want to ask Frank?
Well, I would say...
Because you rarely do commentaries with me. Hardly at all.
I need to read up on Maroon Lust, the new version.
Yeah, it kind of goes through a ton of revisions. Very sad day at work. He got fired. No. Because he has this thing about... He was writing about garden gnomes. I didn't know he would lose his job. I didn't mean to get him fired. No. I didn't mean to get him fired. That sucks. I thought what he was doing was a good thing. Crap. I didn't mean to get Mitchell fired. I gotta get him another job. Too bad they don't have a job called for like contractors. I guess he'll be a painter, I guess.
Awesome.
Sims Forcer should come out with a job for contractors. This should be one of those jobs you just, like they escape into a rabbit hole somewhere and they come back hours later. It should be one of those jobs. I'd be happy with that, as long as their job this is contractor, because that's what Mitchell is. He's a contractor. And Ray technically works at the bakery at Price Chopper. And after she has her culinary degree. Peppermint, still late, like 17 years old, lazy, still doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. She just still likes to be irresponsible and all that. She just wants to be like being an irresponsible teenager. She doesn't like responsibility at all. Ray, of course. Change into a different outfit. Oh, make her... I don't want her... if I give her a promotion, she'd be happy. I don't want her tense. Executive chef. She's not technically like a chef. She works in a bakery. And in the bakery section at Price Chopper. Sugar is still... Sugar, she's still pretty innocent and all that. Brian is, like, technically 4 years old. Did he just not use the other pool ladder to climb down? He still could have used it to climb down, get into the pool. They said he climbs through his sister like he's a ghost or something. How does that even work? Oh. We gotta take care of this little baby. Why are you tens? She's lazy. She doesn't like responsibility. She's like doing her homework and stuff. Technically, in must I've written that Peppermint takes advanced history with Lucky because Lucky's taking these advanced classes, and Peppermint only takes that class so she can have many classes with her friend, right? Because she don't have a lot. Because technically, Peppermint she's smart, but not smart enough to keep up with Lucky in advanced classes. So she ends up failing advanced history and has to she has to repeat history in her senior year. And her parents are not happy about that. Especially when the final report card comes out and Peppermint freaks out and puts a instead of an F. She makes that. She tries to make the F look like it's a better grade or something. Like, I think either a B, more like a B. And her parents believed it for a while until she finally confesses after the summer's over that she had to retake history because she failed. And her parents got ground her. First they're gonna ask her, like, why? What was the actual grades I'm gonna have? And then, because when they see her class schedule, it's like, why are you retaking history? It's like, oh crap. She didn't think that one through. That's Peppermint for you. You're taking history because you failed advanced history. It was Lucky who convinces Peppermint to confess the truth to her parents about that whole situation. That's funny. Now we have the whole family here. We can just sit around and watch TV. Like they normally do after Mitchell comes home from a long day of work. He wants to come home and watch television. Mostly he starts out, he comes in, he expects dinner to be on the table. And his family not to be snacking on anything. He wants everybody to wait till he comes home before everybody eats. He gets mad at his kids and he finds out they're snacking on food before dinner. Yeah, that's really one of his pet peeves. Because he wants everybody to have an appetite when he comes home from a hard day of work. But, Peppermint and Sugar do it anyway. Because they like it. Because they like it to annoy their father. They just like seeing the look on his face when he gets mad about it. They just like pissing him off. And he's like, Ray, why do you let them do that? And she's like, I don't. They probably got a stash somewhere. It's like, and how they afford to go to the corner store. See, there was a story on that in less than how they would afford to go to the corner store. A lot. And I can't remember. It has something to do with Peppermint, but I'm not sure. I forgot. Also, did you forget about the Garretts? Let's not forget about the Garretts. we got Robert Garrett, we got Dandy Garrett, we got May Garrett, we got Tara Garrett, and of course we got Callum Sterling, who married May after she... Wait, I don't think they got married yet, but he did move in with her and got her pregnant. That really did happen, but we're just playing catch up. Yeah, so that's what we're doing here. I feel like I got a lot more to say. I'm not really less because I can't do about 100 baby challenge because I'm really tired of 100 baby challenge. That's just me. I look outside and it looks like the sun's rising and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And Zoe's about to get up an hour for school. I'm debating whether I should go back to sleep. Maybe wait till she goes to school. I'm debating still if I should go to the doctor or something, because I was thinking about it last night, because my throat was really, really bothering me. And it felt like even, you know how, that feeling you get when you swallow one of the big vitamins, and how it feels when it goes down your throat. That's how I felt like when I was swallowing spit, as nasty as it sounds. But that's how it felt when it was going down my throat. It hurt every time I swallowed anything. And it was very uncomfortable. And I told Frank, I gotta call my doctor in the morning. You know. And I wake up at 4 in the morning, and then everything seems to be fine. So, I don't know, maybe it wasn't strep. Thought it was. It felt like it was. I redid my... I don't know. I mean, my body is just being weird. I think it's not acting up. My throat's not acting up because I know I was about to call a doctor. Once I change my mind, it'll probably start acting up again. That's my log. It's just like at one time I went to the dentist because I was having tooth problems. And I was having tooth problems since I went to the dentist. Anyways, we are getting close to the end of this episode. I should really write summaries for these. Anyways, yeah, I did write summaries for these. I do have summaries. Anyways, this is the end of this episode, so stay tuned for part 3.